What's up, everybody? I got another uh, magazine here, and this is a another old Star Trek magazine from way back. This is Star Trek Who Lives, Who Dies, and it has some end of the show interviews with the supporting cast of DS9. Uh, this is, or this was, originally for sale. If I can get this to focus. This originally was $4.50. And this magazine was from $1997, mail by $19.99. So this was from about, let's see, DS9 ended in 1998, I think. So one of those years, 1998, 1999. What was the other one? 1997. Well, let's see. This magazine is about how DS9 ended. So yeah, that show. Yeah, this must be from 1998 or about that time. Anyway, so oh, this is a real old advertisement. They have a bunch of advertisements in this, and this is a advertisement for a real old game that I'm sure some of you are familiar with. Microprose or some of those companies may not exist anymore, or this game may not really be sold in too many stores. But this is an advertisement for an old computer game, a piece of software called Birth of the Federation. And yeah, that's in this magazine. And it says here, strategize, colonize, dominate, eradicate. There's more than one way to rule this galaxy. And it has a bunch of the factions or like empires that you could or societies and stuff that you could control or play as. And they are the Federation, a well-balanced universal power. The Klingons, an aggressive military, makes up for their lack in tact. The Romulans, the enigma of the universe, they are smooth and deadly. And the Ferengi, masters of economics, but watch out, they're tricky. And the Cardassians, their ruthlessness, efficiency, and stealth make for a lethal combination. And I actually remember getting or playing this game. This game used to be, I think I got this game at Best Buy way back, about maybe 20 years ago. I forget when this game came out. But yeah, I thought it was a real cool game at the time. And I was playing it on Windows 95. So yeah, that just that gives you an idea of how far back this game is or was from. And it says here on the bottom, building an empire takes time. You need to be diplomatic, technologically advanced, and stealthy. And sometimes war is the only solution. You choose from one of the 5 major alliances. You'll get all their strengths, all their weaknesses, and every decision matters. And this game, it was the setting or the plot, it revolves around the Next Generation Star Trek or the Deep Space Nine. And it's kind of like a combination of those two. At the time, Voyager, Enterprise, Those other Star Treks didn't exist at the time. When I say Enterprise, I mean like the 2000 or 2005 TV series. The other Star Treks didn't exist at that time, and so you only had, TNG or DS9, and so that's what the plot or some of the ships or what the screen layout or some of the buttons, what that looks like or is based off of. And here on the bottom, it has some pictures, and it says allocate technology resources, engage in 3D tactical combat, control covert operations, oversee empire growth and progress. So yeah, I thought that was a cool game. There was a lot of micromanagement and stuff that you had to do though, like with each of the planets and stuff. This is just some more advertisements or commercials for various things, all kinds of stuff. This one's for the trading cards or the game cards. An old eBay commercial, and there's just some articles and stuff. The only Dax or Terry Farrell thing that I noticed in this, I don't think this one has a Terry Farrell interview or article. The only thing that I saw was this thing, this picture of Dax, and it says here, Jadzia Dax fans will continue to see more of Terry Farrell at her duty station at the diner as Reggie and CBS's Becker Monday nights with Ted Danson. Late last year, the network ordered a full season of episodes of the new comedy series, produced by Dave Hackle Productions and Industry Entertainment in association with Paramount Network Television. And here's some advertisements for some books, some Star Trek books. This next page has some toys and articles about some of the episodes. And this next stuff is about interviews for the various DS9 actors and stuff. It has like a brief description or like interview about the actors. And it talks about kind of what they did, or what the it has a little bit about the characters that they played, or what they thought about the show and so forth. Some more toys. And books. Old books. And just all kinds of stuff that they used to sell in these magazines. Come on. Tribble keychain. I'm sure they still sell a lot of this stuff, at least somewhere. Like here, we have a Star Trek Monopoly game. And this is for all kinds of other stuff, some pens and more games. Some of these games I played actually as a kid. Like I remember when Starfleet Academy came out. It's like the setting or the plot is from the original Star Trek. And here's another advertisement for the Birth of the Federation. And I'll just read this real quick. It says down here, Star Trek The Next Generation, Birth of the Federation, is set in the familiar Star Trek universe, capturing the look and feel of the internationally famous series and transforming it into a rich and deep strategy game. The game world is populated with a multitude of races, encounters, and events drawn directly from Star Trek The Next Generation. Each player controls all of the major Star Trek alliances, choosing from the Federation, Romulans, Klingons, Ferengi, and Cardassians. All 5 empires will be present in every game, therefore the computer AI will run any not played by a gamer. $50. Yeah, it was a pretty expensive game back then. Yeah, $50 was a pretty big amount. Maybe not now, but you have to remember that like back then, in the early or mid 90s, the dollar or dollar value was worth a little bit more or a lot more than like today and stuff. You have to remember that some things were a little bit cheaper back then also than today. Yeah, back then, back in those days, like when I was working and stuff, like for an example, the minimum wage used to be like $5 or $6 and stuff, like instead of like today where it's $8. So gas was cheaper. It was $1 a gallon or less than $1 a gallon. Like the price would go up and down, like even then. But I mean, it was nothing like today. This is some more articles about, you know, some of the actors or some of the Star Trek stuff. Some more toys. A cookbook, a Star Trek cookbook. It says here, Bon Voyage DS9. StarTrek.com. Also, the Star Trek webpage used to be a little bit different too. Yeah. And that's that.